In a quiet, close-knit village, there lived a young woman at age 22 named Ebube. She was known for her gentle spirit and was very much loved and respected by everyone. Ebube was raised by both parents and still lived with them in their modest, deeply traditional home. She was taught to respect their customs, honor our elders, and never stay away from the moral path her parents had always paved. But life, however, had a different journey in store for her. Some months after her birthday, she was discovered to be 2 weeks pregnant. What? How could this be? She asked herself as fear and shame washed over her. She knew how her parents would react. To them, this was a breach of tradition, a taboo that threatens to taint their family's honor. And as expected, their disappointment was palpable when she broke the news. Their voices, usually warm and familiar, now rang with bitter scorn. Her mother refused to meet her eyes, and her father's face was set in a cold, unyielding expression. 2 days after enduring so much grief and bitterness, they gave her an ultimatum, saying that either she gets rid of her unborn child or leave the home forever, because they couldn't help but feel ashamed of what their daughter had done. Also, they were afraid because, according to them, their gods were angry. But Ebube, after hearing it, her heart sank. But she held firm. She refused to abandon a life growing within her, no matter the cost. Then her parents, who kept to their word, threw her outside with all of her belongings to wander the village streets alone. Her only company was the quiet murmur of her unborn child. She tried to beg her parents, but they refused to listen to her. Ebube cried on the streets, looking for help, but no one listened to her. She rushed to a man whom she was sure was the father of the child, but he violated her and sent her away, which she did, crying. Days after days, she didn't have proper bath, and people were moving away from her because some unfriendly odor started coming out. But she didn't give up. She toiled for food day and night. She sold some of her quality belongings to keep her child breathing and okay, even though it wasn't easy for her at all. 3 months later, just when hope was about to slip away, a friend from her school days, Ada, found her. Horrified by Ebube's condition, Ada took her without hesitation. She lived with Ada in her huge and beautiful home and felt safe again. The fear of losing her child left her, and she thanked God for that. And after some weeks passed, she began to work multiple jobs to make ends meet. She worked tirelessly and didn't give up on her child. Months passed, and soon Ebube gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, whom she named Chijoke, meaning God has given. Looking into his eyes, she felt a purpose and strength, and that inspired her to keep pushing forward. She juggled multiple jobs to provide for him. Her days filled her exhaustion, but also a quiet, steady, happy life. And of course, Ada was always there for her. A year later, fate smiled on Ebube in a way she could never forget. One day, while she was cleaning a shopping mall where she worked, her son began to cry. Frustrated by the noise, she tried all she could to stop him and was surprised by the way he was crying because it was unusual. She tried to stop him so he doesn't disturb everybody, but the baby didn't stop. And that was when the CEO walked in, which made Ebube more frustrated. She didn't want to lose her job, but the baby still didn't stop crying. The CEO walked to her and told her to leave the child alone. She told her that Chijioke reminded her of her son when he was a baby. Then she carried Chijioke. She liked the way he smelled and loved him instantly, which made her offer Ebube a contract to manage a new venture, something she had never dreamed possible. And with dedication and sharp mind, she quickly rose to her role. And in a matter of months, her hard work paid off and she became a millionaire. Ada, on the other hand, got married to a wealthy man and decided to leave her home for Ebube without collecting a penny. And Ebube was so thankful and happy, and she lived there peacefully. She became a rich woman and could afford her needs and wants. When her parents learned about her progress, they regretted their actions immediately. Realizing their mistake, they made their way to sort their daughter, humbled and remorseful. And when they did, they begged for her forgiveness, and their eyes downcast, their voice trembling with regrets. But Ebube was hurt and conflicted. She turned her back away from them, telling them that if she was dead, they wouldn't have had the chance to do this. She explained in details everything she passed through day by day. No parent would have done that to their child. I was willing to suffer for my unborn child because I love him. But you were not willing to go through some foolish embarrassment that would not even last for me. Instead, you threw me under the ring, she said with tears in her eyes, and asked them to leave, which they eventually did after so many pleas. Days after, Ebube thought of her parents and decided to visit them. She forgave them because she knew it was the best way to heal, and mostly because of the sake of God. So she spoke with them and forgave them, but she denied them access to her home and her son, which they respectfully obeyed. But in time, she found the strength to let go of the past and embrace her parents once again. Not out of duty, but out of love. She gave them access to her son and thanked her with tears, which they did. Her journey had taught her resilience and the value of self-worth. And through it all, she had emerged not only as a mother and a daughter, but also as a woman who could forgive even in the face of great pain.